to Out of the Box Radio with me, your host, Christine Blasdale. Out of the Box Radio is a weekly podcast of audible ear candy dedicated to bringing a fresh perspective on this thing that we call life. And each and every week, we're going to be diving into the topics that matter most with lively conversations on issues such as health, wellness, and transformational healing, all with the goal of creating a better world and becoming a happier human being. I will be your tour guide for this epic adventure, and each and every week we're going to be embarking on a journey with the ultimate goal being transformation to our highest potential. And now, let's get out of the box. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Out of the Box with Christine. I am Christine Blasdale, your host, and I'm so very happy that you tuned in today because we have a very, very special program for you. There is something out in this beautiful world called the Jil Love Revolution, which is an international social movement which creates Artivism, which is art and activism combined, to raise awareness, motivate society, and expand consciousness. And the leader of that revolution is none other than Jil Love, who peacefully and artistically fights for social rights, animal rights, and environmental rights. And I love her motto. Her motto is, "We are the voices of the unheard. We are the images of the unseen." And today, we're going to be talking with Jil Love about the amazing work that she's done, how she's gotten to where she is today, hailing from Tarragona, Spain, España. And we're just going to have an amazing conversation. Welcome to Out of the Box, Jil Love.
Wow, I'm so thrilled. I'm super thrilled. First of all, you should be my PR. You're amazing. The way you presented me, it's the way I need to be. So thank you for having me and just giving me a voice so I can share a voice and give a voice to the unheard ones.
Well, so much of the work that you do, and we'll get into that so our listeners can grasp what it is that you do. But so much of what you do is visual. So it's really wonderful to have you have a microphone and to be able to talk to people, and so that we can get folks behind the work that you do and discover some of the issues that, we are in America, and a lot of people are not aware of some of the things that you are very much aware of. So thank you again for being with me today. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? Let's start from the beginning.
Like when I was born?
Sure. Where do you come from? Well, you're from Spain originally.
I like to say I'm from Catalonia because recently we had a referendum, a vote for independence. Yeah. So we're trying to get a divorce from Spain. So this has been one of my main Artivism works for so long, the independence from Spain. I always say I'm from Barcelona because everybody knows Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Everybody loves Barcelona.
We like to say Barcelona.
I actually say Barcelona because I speak Catalan, but everybody loves Barcelona. But I'm from the south, a little city called Tarragona, which is by the sea. It's a beautiful, ancient city, 2,000 years old, Roman city. Wow. And, I grew up in that city. It was really small, really conservative, highly religious, Catholic. Religion is really oppressive. So this it's a beautiful city, but the air was so oppressive. So I needed to open up to a new world of possibilities. So I moved to Barcelona when I was 16. I quit school. I quit my family, and I went to Barcelona to study acting. And I discovered the big city, and I discovered myself.
Oh, at a young age too.
Yeah, 16,
all by your lonesome? Or you with friends, or was it just by yourself?
It's the legal age in Spain to really decide for your future. We're a little bit more ahead of you guys, and
yes.
We start things sooner.
Yes.
So that was my time to really free myself and just step up and say, hey, this is who I am. This is what I want to do. Follow my dreams, my childhood dreams, which I try to be as loyal as I can, because, when you lose that innocence, that childhood innocence is like, that's when you start aging and getting old. So, and that's something I try to avoid.
Well, let's go into so you're there still. You're in Spain, in Barcelona, and how did you make your way to the United States?
Well, after Barcelona, I had to go to Madrid because I was pursuing acting, and that's where all the movie industry, all the show business, TV and stuff is happening. It's like Los Angeles of Spain,
yes.
Madrid. So that's where I really got to get involved into the nightlife and getting involved with movies and getting friendships with celebrities, movie stars. So I was always like so thrilled by that, right? Because I always wanted to be a movie star. So, and I was partying with Javier Bardem, Penelope Cruz, Pedro Almodóvar, you know.
Well, you just named like three of my favorite people.
Right? Imagine all at once in one room. You know, partying with you and just, you know.
Pedro Almodóvar, he's amazing.
Pedro Almodóvar.
Amazing
He's
filmmaker.
So amazing because he's been against the tide, you know, and just doing his own thing for so long. And at the beginning, he was criticized. He was like ashamed. He was like pushed away, shunned, ignored. But he always believed in himself. So little by little, through hard work,
yes,
now he's an international name.
And he's stuck with his art form. What I noticed too, that there's a distinctive flavor to his film. Todo mi madre? Was that?
Todo sobre mi madre.
Yes.
All about my mother.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That changed first of all, just the look and the feel, and even just the poster. I remember having that poster because I was so attracted to the art of it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that he really taking that artistic challenge and step into the world instead of just saying, "Oh, I'm going to make a blockbuster."
Yeah, and that was Academy Award for the best foreign movie.
Yeah.
What year was that?
It was a while ago.
1992
Dating me a little bit, yeah.
or something like that. You
Yeah.
know. So yeah, like he's a great example of how to keep your essence, your style, and work with determination, passion, perseverance. And, you know, at some point, people will start recognizing what you do. They will start listening to you, and they will start seeing you as an artist, not as a troublemaker or somebody who's rebellious and goes against the tide. Like, it happened with me. So it's
Yes.
a little introduction.
Yes. So what
to
happened to
what I
you?
do. Well, you know, Spain is known for having these wild, crazy, creative artists,
Yes.
which I'm so inspired and moved, like Dali, Picasso, Gaudi, right? And they're so unique. Like their styles is like nothing you have seen before,
Yes.
right? Like Pedro Almodóvar, Luis Buñuel.
Yes.
So I just wanted to create my own thing, something that hasn't been done before. That's what really moves me, right? To do things nobody dared to even think of. So that's my drive.
And did you start doing so the work that you do and that you're known for now that you're here in the United States, is
May I add something? Because
Yes.
I was in Madrid, but then I came here in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
In Los Angeles, I met someone. So I came for love.
you moved for love.
I moved for love. That's why my name
yes.
is Jil Love. And I met someone who convinced me to leave everything behind. I had an amazing career. I was in TV. I was in movies. Everybody knew me. But I said, I
My
must
heart.
follow my heart.
Yes, I
right?
do the same.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
So I haven't regretted because it's part of my destiny, my journey to be here. And I always wanted to be here with you guys. I always felt I was American and I wanted to be in the land of opportunities and follow my dreams and stuff. So I'm really grateful that you all received me with open arms and hearts. So thank you. I feel like one of you. I'm a citizen, even though I have a thick accent. I'm one of you now.
You're still a citizen. So when you came here, so were the the Jil Love Revolution, right? The Artivism, using art and activism together. Did you begin that when you were in Spain?
No, well, my mom was always so passionate and rebellious, pro-independence of Catalonia, so, I grew up with all these protests, going to march. I was born in March 4th of all the days.
Wow. So you had activist roots with your family.
Yeah. Like where I come from, Catalonia is they like to protest, and speak up and just go to the streets and take over. It's like this fire that we have, right?
Wow.
So that's what I have in me. So ever since I was a little girl, when I saw an injustice or I saw a homeless or I saw an animal that was hurt or somebody was going to hurt him, I was always like putting myself in the front line, right, to defend the rights of the ones who cannot defend themselves. So that's how I am.
Ever since you were little, you were doing that? Do you remember any memories from when you were little that you can share with us?
There is one I love because when E.T. was out in Tarragona.
E.T. the movie?
Yeah, E.T. the movie. So I went with my mom. And that part when E.T. is taken away to put in a lab and study him and stuff like that. So I was so outraged. I stood up from my seat and I said, "Leave him alone. Leave him free." And I was like, and my mom, she had to pull me back down, because I was so fired up,
At the injustice.
Yeah, the
of them
injustice
hauling-
of E.T., the little E.T., because I was feeling so much compassion for him, right? Like
with
he
the,
just came
with the
here
little with the Reese's Pieces and everything. We loved E.T.
Yeah, who doesn't love E.T.?
How old were
right?
you when this happened? You remember? About?
Well, E.T. came out 84 or 83 or something like that.
yeah.
So imagine.
You were little.
Yeah, that was the first memory I had,
Of your activism beginning.
For E.T., right.
For
That was the
E.T..
first one.
I love that. We got to tell Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
So now you find yourself in America, and that's still that little girl that wants to protect the those that are voiceless, right? The ones that need our protection, need our voices. That is still in you. And when you came here to the U.S., you started doing the art and activism together.
Yeah, but not right away. I was pursuing acting. So I was going to acting class. I was in movies, backstage and stuff. And my English was so bad. I mean, so bad. Nobody could understand me. And I was just having such a hard time. I was crying. I couldn't express myself. I said, how am I going to be an actress? Nobody can understand me, And then the relationship with my boyfriend was down the drain. It was such a cultural shock coming from Spain,
Yes.
So I was kind of depressed. I was voiceless. I was feeling so small. And I said, I'm just going to move out to somewhere that makes me feel like Spain, which was New Mexico, which was the first, the capital of the old Spain,
Correct.
Santa Fe, which is the highest state capital in the United States and one of the oldest.
Yes.
The other side of the Mississippi, and it's really, really Spanish.
Yeah.
You feel like you are in Spain.
Yeah.
And I was a nurse. I worked as a nurse for 2 years in hospice care, home health care.
Oh, wow.
I was always volunteering with elderlies, feeding them and going to, volunteer work in Spain. So I thought I could just do that and make some money and just, feed my soul.
Yes.
So, and that was really rewarding, but really, really hard job to do. So after 2 years, I had to do something else. So I started making short films, movies. I mean, the first one, Waves, A Tale of Love and Obsession, which is a love story between two girls that are like in love with themselves. That are mirrors of each other. So it's the same person making love to herself. It's
wow, right.
It's very in David Lynch, Buñuel, really strange movie, but that's how I like it. That was my first movie. Then I made 4 more. So I was doing movies, filmmaker, producer, didn't make any money with it. Didn't have that much appreciation because it's so European. So like
in your in New Mexico.
I know. So then in 2012, something happened really, really like that really changed my life forever, right? And everybody was saying it's the end of the world, 2012.
I remember.
Right?
Yeah. Countdown to the 2012.
The ending of the Mayan calendar.
Doomsday.
The doomsday.
Yes.
And it was actually the doomsday for me. My mom passed away. So I had to go back to Spain, leave it all, go back to Spain. And, it was a hard time in my life. And I had to go back to my family, my dad, which I stayed there for 7 months. I couldn't come back. My visa was expired. And then one day I went to Madrid to a riot against the government. We were having I have a hard time with that word, austerity measures.
Austerity.
Austerity
measure, which basically means
government cuts.
Screwing the public.
Yeah. Cutting on education, health,
deep cuts
culture,
in any social, the social security blanket that a culture has, that a country has. They have to implement these quote unquote austerity measures, and that's usually from some financial, usually like a large multinational banking situation, right?
Yeah, that
they loan them the money, and they go, the interest is due. Yeah,
exactly. So, and that was happening all over Southern Europe, Italy, Greece.
Greece is still reeling from it.
Yeah, and people were burning themselves alive in Greece. I remember somebody in front of the Congress set himself on fire because he was totally desperate. And it was a way for him to really like make his voice heard.
Yes.
That was, I must say, that's a extreme form of activism, Artivism, but that's how desperate people are sometimes, So I was really like traumatized by those images. That's why my art is so extreme, so shocking, because that really works, right? To open somebody's mind and to really shock people and make them pay attention to what's happening. So that riot, that was the beginning of the Love Revolution. There was the birth of my Love Revolution, which is September 25th, 2012. I was caught up between the riot police, the protesters. They were fighting. The protesters were throwing glass bottles to the police. The police were like charging against them. So it was like a moment of chaos and brutality, violence. And I thought, what can I do as a woman to bring a moment of peace, beauty, and harmony?
How can you stop what's happening? Right.
So what can I do? I had nothing else. It was cold, really cold. And I thought, I'm just going to get topless.
You're just going to get topless?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm just going to get topless. Eventually, I ended up just removing everything, And just, I kneeled down, I closed my eyes. I was just praying to the goddess to bring peace and harmony and beauty. And while I was having the eyes closed, I noticed the energy shifted around me. So all the screams and chaos turned into like, wow, what's going on? And people like, everything shifted. Then I opened my eyes and I was surrounded by photographers from all over the world. They were all taking pictures. The protesters, they were like taking pictures. They would say, wow, girl, you got one, tienes muchos huevos,
Big cojones.
Yeah, but like that golden girl, White, the oldest one.
Betty White?
Betty White said, I don't know what they call it grow some balls because balls are so sensitive, so weak outside the body.
Yes.
Like it's better to grow eggs inside that protect it and they can hold and they can get bouncing and they're stronger than the testicles,
it was related to anybody who has courage and bravery. It's related to the male species.
But that doesn't make sense.
I know.
Like Betty White said, right?
Yeah.
So eggs are like something that is more like outstanding. And
so you're in this middle of this chaos and violence and brutality, and you're kneeling down. You're kneeling?
I was kneeling down. I was
in
praying.
a praying position.
And it was such a contrast of the violence and the protesters and the coldness of the moment and I was totally vulnerable and naked and in silence that they didn't know what to do.
They didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
But they stopped what they were doing, I'm sure.
I even saw a riot cop, winking at me. And they're ruthless. I'm telling you, they're ruthless.
Of course.
They even take cocaine to go to fight with the protesters. They're
they're hyped up, right?
Yeah, like bulls.
Yes.
But that guy was winking at me like he was having a great time, So the whole energy shifted. And then I was getting overwhelmed. The cameras were on me. Just everybody was following me. So I had to escape.
You're by yourself.
Just by myself.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
So I had to find a little path to escape and go back home. So I turned on the TV, the news, evening news, and it was
all over.
Like breaking news, opening, they caught me live. So the cameras, they caught me live.
Yeah.
And then everybody was talking about that moment, which it was so simple, so harmless, so...
You did not conquer the violence with more violence.
Yeah,
you did the
absolute
opposite, and you shifted their focus.
That was a Joan of Arc moment.
Yes, that's a Joan of Arc moment.
Joan of Arc. That
Totally.
was a divine call.
I was going to say, do you feel like that Joan of Arc, that you either you have that essence with you, or she's with you, or you are her in some respects reincarnated? Because I believe in reincarnation. I believe also that there are ascended masters who have come here, and usually they do meet some strange way when they leave this planet. Joan of Arc, Martin Luther King, Gandhi, Jesus, all of these amazing ascended masters. Do you feel her with you, or do you feel that you are her?
So you cannot see
I saw you
all
got
the
goosebumps.
goosebumps all over my body.
It's my
because
favorite phenomenon.
It's actually a sign that it's the truth,
it's truth,
the divine truth,
yes.
Right? Speaking through goosebumps. Something that is really powerful what you said, because I describe myself as an open vessel, a channel for the universe to manifest itself through me. So I'm always open, ready, present to receive that message and just to portray and to take it into action. So I really feel like ascended masters, God, goddess, universe, however you want to call it, just through me, I can just put it into the physical world. So
you're the channel.
Yeah.
Yes, from heaven down into earth.
And that's why I'm fearless. That's why I have no fear,
You are fearless. Let's talk about, because I want our listeners too to know, because you've done several campaigns, right? Several Jil Love Revolution campaigns. Let's just talk about after that particular event. I know that time has had to go by before you were doing others, but let's talk about some of the ones that also has gotten quite a bit of press, because I know whenever you do these, the media coverage is there, which is really great because it brings attention to whatever the issue is that would normally go under the under the rug, so to speak. But let's talk about some of the other campaigns that you've done.
So after that moment, everybody wanted me to go back and do it again, right? And they were inviting me to the TV shows. I was getting this momentum that I really took advantage of. So I had the Green Party, the Spanish Green Party, sponsoring me, flying me to Ceuta, Melilla, to Canarias to fight the foreign oil companies from drilling in protected marine areas.
As they do.
Yeah, so actually I was getting proposals from people saying, hey, you have to raise awareness for this, So I just got so motivated to keep doing it, right? So something I did in Spain that had an amazing result, positive result, was these foreign British companies that wanted to drill off the coast in Ibiza and Canarias, which are like amazing islands in Spain, and they're like marine preserves, right? Like really like sanctuaries for sea life, right? So these guys, they bought the extreme right government, you know.
Paid them off, right?
They paid them off, and you know, they think, oh yeah, we can just come here and drill and do this, whatever, you know, and then, you know, if there is an oil spill,
Too bad.
well, too bad, right? So
Yeah.
so I grew up watching those images of the little birds and the sea mammals and the dolphins covered with oil, and I was totally enraged, right? So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna go to Madrid, to the cities, get naked, full of oil, and just bring some dead fish and just lay it on the concrete, you know, and just let people see
That this is what's going to happen.
the potential risks and dangers of
So you're
oil
naked,
drilling.
but you're completely covered in oil.
Yeah, well, it was a mix that it smelled like chocolate. It looks awful.
Right. So
but
so it was representing oil. It wasn't
yeah, it
necessarily
was a
because I would be
special
worried about your
mix.
health.
It's like a Coca-Cola recipe, which
Yeah.
I cannot really tell how is it made.
You can't say it. Good.
But I can say like there is some wheat, you know, flour,
Yeah.
and then oil, olive oil, and then food coloring, makes it black.
Yes.
And then I add a little chocolate just to make it thicker
Yes.
and make it more like pleasant
And
to the
this was-
people around.
And this was all over
me,
your
completely
face.
naked.
Yeah.
You know, which is Spain, they don't have any issue with nudity like here in the United States.
Yes.
So with that fish around me, you know, all the media came, you know, from all over the world. There was a huge campaign of all the cities in Spain marching against oil drilling. And I went to Madrid, I went to Canarias, Barcelona, Ibiza. Little by little, more people were like joining me.
Because they heard about it.
Yeah. So in Ibiza, we were like 30 people laying on the beach, like dolphins and whales covered with oil, all in the same position. And people around, they were wearing black, like a funeral.
Yes.
You know, like with
Powerful. That's a
signs.
powerful image.
Did you see that one?
Yes, that's a very powerful
I should
image.
bring you a book next time, my first book.
Oh, yes. Well, we're going to tell people about your book.
Yeah.
Too.
So that was powerful because it's the image, right? Like in this digital era, social media, people, they don't have that much attention.
No, but
span.
an image can speak volumes.
Exactly. So, you know, that's what I got really, I mastered my craft. Like in one image, I can just tell everything, you know. So it's really powerful, and people that really got the message. And then we stopped it. We stopped this
You stopped the drilling.
British oil companies, you know, and they heard us and they went back where they came from, you know. So that was powerful.
Wow, that's the power.
That's the power of getting together, of, you know, just.
But one person being brave enough to step out, what they say, you know, if you go to a wedding or a club or anything like that, and there's a really good song playing and there's nobody dancing, you know, nobody wants to dance. They're too afraid to dance.
I'm usually the first one that goes
It's the
to
first
dance.
person, me too, the first person who steps out and just dances freely and happily and doesn't care they don't care if people are looking at them or not. They're just in the moment. Then other people start joining in the dance because they're like, oh, well, she's doing it. I guess I can. So what you did with just that one campaign actually stopped the drilling. That's amazing. Now, and then there's more. There's a
is
lot more that
there was
you've
another
done.
one that was really amazing, that really grew up my social media following to 300,000 people all over the world. And I had a post reach up to 30 million post reach. Every time I was sharing something, like millions, up
Were
to
sharing it.
30 million people. That was the highest of my career. And that was something so simple as me in 2014. I was here already in Hollywood pursuing acting, but I was doing some activism on the side, and there was this war between Israel and Palestine, and I didn't know much about it. I was kind of neutral about the issue because it's so.
Well, we get no media coverage of it here.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
So,
I mean, very little media coverage.
yeah, but then through Facebook, I got to see the other side, the side of the Palestinian victims and the children that they were like bombed and stuff like that. So like nobody really is speaking for them, right? Like the Jews, they have this huge power all over the world. They manage the central bankings, the governments,
They
and
get
everything.
billions of dollars as well
Billions
from the U.S.
of dollars.
Right.
Everybody feels sorry for them and blah, blah, blah. But what about the Palestinians? Somebody has to do something about them. So in that moment, that summer, 2014, when like 1,000 Palestinians
Oh,
died,
yes, I remember.
500 children, those images of bombed babies, that was so hard to take in. Like, I've never seen that before, like a baby dismembered and the skull blown off and stuff like that. So I said, okay, I'm just going to become a Palestinian mother with a baby, you know. I covered myself with blood and rubble and dust, and I had a baby that, like, real life looking.
Doll, right.
A doll that, like, looks like a real baby. So I made a hole in the head. I put some chicken liver full of blood. I burned the doll. You know, it looks so dramatic. So, you know, so like shocking. And I went to Hollywood Boulevard in front of Kodak Theatre where they hold the Oscars.
Yeah.
And I just laid there with a sign, holding the baby like a mom. Nothing to see here, just another dead Palestinian baby. Keep moving.
Wow. I just got chills on that.
So that was completely the opposite of what I wanted them to do.
Of course.
Because, like, when you want somebody to do something for you, you ask them the opposite, right?
Yes.
It's like human psychology, how it works. So that's why people, they were like, so, wow, like, they were doing exactly the opposite of what I was telling them to do, which was, you know, to stop and pay attention,
Yes.
right? And then there was a journalist that I had no idea. It was just me and a friend with a cell phone. You know, I had no means, no team, no nothing. It was just me and a friend with a cell phone. But then a journalist came and took some photos. And then he uploaded it in his social media, and those photos went viral all over the world. So then it just started growing like fire, right?
Yes.
So then I got like, you know, somebody said, hey, that's Jil Love, you know, and they went on my social media, blah, 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 blah. So we ended up like all people from all over the world in each continent doing exactly the same as me, you know, Malaysia, Pakistan, Canada, Germany, Italy,
they were doing the
with a baby.
Jil Love Revolution. They were doing that, to bring awareness to.
Yeah, with the same way I did it, laying on the ground with the blood, the baby,
Keep
and
walking,
the
nothing
sign.
to look here. Yeah, but in their language, yes.
Nothing to see here, just another dead Palestinian. Keep moving. So they did the same, you know. And that's in my first book, We Are the Voices of the Unheard, because it was such a powerful moment that it really like gave me the confidence that like one person really can change the world.
One person can change the world.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And we always feel so powerless, right? Like growing up, they say, "Oh, you cannot change the world.
Right.
Only one
You can't
person."
stop the machine.
I know. So that's really powerful. So I really want to motivate people to step up and do it because it works.
It works. And what are some other campaigns? Actually, I love because visually too. When you're describing them, I can see. I can see you doing them, but then I can also feel the impact. That
you can go to YouTube and you can see videos, especially the other Palestinian baby.
Yes.
Jil Love Revolution channel. You can
The
see all the videos.
Jil Love Revolution channel. Yes.
Jil is only one L. Jil.
Jil.
And I can share the latest ones, which I don't really get to talk about it too much.
Mm-hmm.
The last two,
Okay.
which is with Trump as a topic, as a
Yes.
subject.
Oh, we can talk about Trump.
So The one I did, like, when was that? That was Christmas. I did the golden shithole.
The golden shithole.
Yeah.
What was that?
On Trump's star.
Oh, on the star, yes.
Yeah. So I had an idea one day. I was walking there, you know, and I was looking at the star and I said, what can I do? Like, I'm really, like, fired up, right? I'm angry, but I don't want to just be negative and say, fuck you, Trump, and blah, blah, blah. You know, that doesn't do anything, right? So he was always talking about the shithole countries, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All the third world
Haiti,
yeah.
you know, all that stuff. And I thought, well, and then I remember seeing photos of his golden throne, you know, the golden toilet that he has, 24 karat
Yes.
gold toilet. So I thought I'm just going to put them together. So, and then everything came together. Like when I have the idea, when I have the inspiration, the universe conspires.
Yes,
right?
yes.
To make it happen.
Of course.
So then the day after, I found a toilet on the sidewalk. Like beautiful, clean toilet.
You're walking by and there's a bing. The universe says that. There you go, Jill.
Yeah.
There's your toilet you need.
So I got that toilet. I put it in the trunk. You know, I went home. I asked some friends to get me some supplies like golden spray and stuff. So I started doing that thing, and then I ended up sitting on top of Trump's star, sitting on the golden toilet,
Yes.
painted gold,
Yes.
with a beautiful golden dress like a movie star.
Yes.
Taking a dump on Trump's star,
Yes.
but beautifully elegant, classy lady. Reading the Time magazine, Men of the Year.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, so I was just reading the magazine while doing my business, you know, and just totally unaware of everything. The people started congregating
Of
around
course,
me,
it's
taking
Hollywood
photos.
Boulevard. First of all, there's always a lot of people on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, and I always have good responses. Like there is always a couple of people like insulting me or trying to discourage me,
Yeah.
but I don't listen to them.
No.
Right? So, you know, then I thought I'm going to do something even more outrageous. And then I got approached by Hustler magazine. Of all the publications, Hustler magazine got interested in my work. So they're mostly activists, which I respect.
Oh,
Larry
Hustler
Flynn,
magazine
because
is it's run by what's his name?
Larry Flynn.
Larry Flynn,
who
And
fought for freedom of expression, freedom of speech for all of us.
Well, of
We
course.
have the right to offend you.
But also, he's broken some stories too about the religious right and about politicians as well.
So I
no, he's
really
actually
admire
quite
him.
progressive. Yeah,
And the movie, Milos Forman.
I love
The
that
People
movie.
versus Larry Flynn.
Yes, I love that film.
That was 1922, you know, when I watched that movie, and I love Milos Forman, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest,
Yes.
Amadeus.
Yeah. Oh, I
you
love
know?
Amadeus too. Yeah.
He's an amazing director, so I grew up watching that movie.
So Hustler, they contacted you about doing another
A
piece.
special for the 35th anniversary of the Hustler magazine, which is in July 2nd, and it's about activism. And they wanted me to do the golden toilet. You know, they saw the golden toilet. They wanted me to do it again and cover the event, send photographers,
Yes.
do an interview. And I told them, you know, like, I want to do something new. And I have this idea, right? I don't want to repeat things I've done before.
Yeah.
So this time I want to be the wall.
The wall. The wall that the wall that Trump is. Yes. The
So
wall.
I became the wall.
You became the wall.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen this one. This one.
You saw that one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Literally, like I'm the wall, you know, painted concrete with inside the wall, like Han Solo in Star Wars. Remember, he was
Yeah, coming out of the.
trapped in you know. So I was thinking, yeah, I'm the wall, you know. That's how they want us to be, like a concrete, cold wall with no rights, no voice, no nothing.
And
right?
this was also on Hollywood Boulevard, right?
on Trump's star.
On Trump's star. Oh, I didn't know it was right on his star.
Yeah.
So and then
I
because
did it all
saw
in
that,
1 week.
and there's like a whole set. I mean, there's like so you're in the middle.
Yeah,
and then on either side of you is the continuation of the wall, and then you're painted
It's like 7
the
feet
wall.
tall wall. long 2 pieces, and I'm like holding the 2 pieces with my body, coming out totally naked. Excuse me, this time I was totally naked. I
And
usually
covered in the paint, though, right?
Yeah, I usually cover my nipples, on my pubic hair. But this time I thought, no, what the fuck? I'm the wall.
I'm the wall. What the fuck? I'm
Right?
the wall.
I'm not even human. So
Right.
So I didn't bother to cover anything. I just painted it over.
Yes.
So I was just like holding the wall. And then I had a team of people, inviting people to
This is
graffiti.
this is really brave of you. I mean, first of all, just being completely vulnerable and exposed like that in public, and then giving people what you gave them. Was it like markers or paint?
Spray paint.
Spray paint,
eggs, tomatoes,
eggs, and
they had flowers, candles.
so they
I
could
brought
do
lots of
whatever they
props.
wanted to.
Anything they can want.
So they could write on the wall. They could throw something
They can throw it to me,
at
to
you,
Trump,
at
or-
you.
Yeah, but
And you're
nobody
just standing
did
there.
it. Nobody,
Nobody threw anything at you.
not at me, but Trump's star was just on my
Human
feet.
beings, I have some faith in you, humans. So, but what
I
they
was
were
expecting anything. I was
Yeah.
expecting somebody to just come and punch me.
you, right?
I mean, they
right.
can do anything.
right?
But I'm just, totally vulnerable and
And they did come up and write on the wall, right?
yeah, like fuck you, Trump. This wall will be destroyed too. I don't know, like things.
All different things, yeah.
Yeah, all different things, and then lots of eggs on Trump's star. Like I was like sleeping, I couldn't like tomatoes and it was huge, massive congregation of audience and people, and they were all taking photos. And there was a couple of Trump supporters, but they were like respectful,
Yeah.
because they see the cameras, they see that they're gonna be
Yeah, they see
caught
all-
doing anything,
And they also see that the majority of the people are now. It'd be different if probably if you were at a Trump rally,
exactly.
then I would be really worried about your safety.
yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
you're
like
not.
something that Shasa Baron Cohen, Borat,
Sacha Baron Cohen. Yeah,
he would do that, right?
Yeah.
He would go to
Yeah.
a Trump rally and do that, which I admire him a lot. I love him.
but I don't know if he would be completely naked.
Well, he does all these outrageous things that nobody has done
That's
before.
true.
So
That's true.
I admire him and respect
Yeah,
him.
he's pretty brave as well.
He's amazing.
So was that captured by Hustler? The photographers were there.
Excuse me. So it's going to be for the 35th anniversary of Hustler magazine on July 2nd.
Okay.
An extensive interview about me, my revolution, photos. They asking me to do the cover, and I send them the proposal. So Mr. Flynn has to decide. He has the last word.
Yeah.
So I made sure that it was sexy, but with a message.
With a huge, with a
With
very
a
big
huge
message. I think that chances are very good that you'll be making the cover on that.
I hope so, because the idea is really good.
And he'll sell a lot of magazines. Come on now. just the shock value of it, which is so powerful. Now you do, in addition to social justice and the activism that you do regarding now with what we're having with Trump and the Congress in general and the laws that they're making and the insane stuff they're doing. Also, you're very much involved in animal rights.
Yeah.
Can you tell our listeners a little bit about some of the campaigns that you've done in relation to animal rights, other than I know with the oil stopping the oil drilling, but
Yeah.
some of the other stuff you've done?
Well, bullfighting. Bullfighting in
Bullfighting.
Spain.
Oh my God.
Like in a modern European country, how this can be even accepted, right?
And I don't think people understand. They just think, oh, it's just a bull. They don't understand what they do to the bull prior.
They drag the bull. He has no ways to.
Do they also?
Defend
They also.
himself,
I
right?
think that they, from my understanding, that they also like put something in their ears so they can't hear.
They do all kinds of crazy things.
They
That's why
squeeze their their huevos like with a strap to make them extremely painful.
Like the bull, it's carries this pride, right? The bull down.
Of course.
The macho pride, and just depriving and just removing all the pride from the bull. It's just so inhuman, right? Because all the things we do it, they're not in the same equal positions. The torero and the bull.
No.
You know, it's like, this is not...
It's not an equal fight.
It's not equal, you know? So, anyway, it's just really barbaric. So I had to do something.
Yes.
Madrid, which is the capital, the world capital of bullfighting. So I went there again. I always go to the same spot, like here in Los Angeles, I go to Hollywood Boulevard. So we have our own Hollywood Boulevard in Madrid. So I got naked again, totally naked, covered with blood. Like, it looked like real blood. It has to look real. It's not just paint.
Yes.
It's not just makeup. It's a special mix, you know. It's like, I'm a painter too, so I know how to make the mix to make it look real with texture and stuff. So it was really graphic. And I just laid there, you know. There was a torero behind me, you know, like with, how you call this?
The
banderillas.
sword, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, the pointy things, yeah.
Yeah. So I made a huge mess, you know, all covered with blood and stuff. People around me, and they were all in silence. I had a silence tape on my lips, so I couldn't say anything. I couldn't reply. People can go and do anything, and I'm just totally, you know, neutral. So, and that was really, really strikingly visually powerful, and it got international media attention. And that was one of my favorite ones because it's so beautiful. Like, even though I'm covered with blood and death and stuff, it is such a beauty that, you know, giving the power back to this bull, you know, a woman giving the power back to a bull, which and represents the macho energy in the animal kingdom, you know. So it's about balancing. It's all about balancing, right? And
you had so you had somebody dressed up as a bullfighter behind you with like I
had a sword like coming out of my
you had it
my back, but you know, with the special effects and stuff.
Of course, no, yes.
So that was a really beautiful one.
What other animal?
I did another one. I was the trophy, a hunter's trophy. So I had somebody stepping on me with a boot and then the rifle. Proud of, he just
like the rhinos
hunted me.
Yeah, like people know, like who go and kill elephants and rhinoceroses and giraffes. I just
horrible with that smile, you know, like
stupid smile on their face.
Stupid smile, right? And I was naked, like. On the snow in Santa Fe, so
very striking. So in the winter.
Winter.
So wow.
So the contrast is what really gets people.
And a guy probably in his full hunting gear.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And that must have struck a chord too with people as well.
Yeah. Then there is another idea I want to do in the future. So maybe I can get some of you motivated, inspired to help me.
Tell them.
So, all these poor pigs and cows or whatever, they go in these trucks, right, to the slaughterhouse.
For factory farming, yes.
The factory, and you can see through. You can see there are pigs and stuff, you know, with these little holes and stuff, right? So I want to put like 20 naked protesters, portraying animals, making sounds, and, you know, just on the way to the slaughterhouse. So just go around Hollywood, you know, just screaming and just trying to escape from the truck, you know, and you can see through.
Yes.
So it's something I want to do, and I haven't had the opportunity yet. So maybe there is somebody who can help.
So how, if people wanted to, first of all, if people want to, let's give the folks some information too about how to find out more about you. So to see some of the work that you've done, they can go to your YouTube channel, correct?
YouTube channel, it's Jil Love Revolution.
And remember,
J-I-L.
it's one L, so Jil, then Love Revolution. Okay, and that's your YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. And then do you have
Instagram, which is the same, Facebook.
Yes.
With 300,000 followers, who can be 301.
You could be the 300,001 person to follow Jil Love. That is outstanding. And do you have a website as well?
I do.
What's that?
Jil Love Revolution and
.com?
.com. Yeah.
Oh, good. And tell us about the book, the latest book that you have.
So I was going to make a magazine, Artivism magazine, which I have an amazing website, Artivism magazine, about Artivism around the world. Not just with my work, but
other
featuring
artists. Yes.
other artists from other continents. And I was so close to make it happen, right? And I had these 5 most outstanding artivists from Brazil, Israel, Cuba, and I had it all ready to go. I just couldn't find the right funding, especially right now. The magazine industry
is really having a hard time.
Yeah, and I wanted to do it like printed. So people can feel it and touch it and pass it on, right? I don't want to have to just have it digital.
Yes.
So I thought, okay, well, I cannot do the magazine right now, but I can just make a book, right?
Yes.
Put it all in my second book. So the first one is We Are the Voices of the Unheard, and the second one is The Art of Activism.
Wow, great title.
So I need at least $10,000, which is not that much, just to print 500 copies and, start with that.
So the art of activism, is that what you want to do, or is that already done?
That's what I want to do, which is already done.
So it's all done. All you need is $10K?
Yeah, just to print it.
Okay, we're going to put that out right now. Right? So if there's anybody out there who can help fund this, remember, one person can change the world. And if we can get this book out, it's going to make a huge impact. That would be amazing. And what you could do, just a suggestion, is tie in your proceeds for the book. A percentage goes to whatever particular. It could be global. It could be a global activism or a global nonprofit that is doing really important work that you love.
Yeah, especially animal rights. I want to focus more on animal rights. My first book is more human rights.
If you have it with a really good organization, a portion of the proceeds from each book, whatever it is, if it's $1 or something, then it'll go even more viral because people will say, "I want to get that book because also I'll be helping out this organization as well."
That's a great idea. That's why you have to be my PR.
I know that's what they pay me for. So there's so much that there's so much going on with the work that you're doing, and I love the fact that you are encouraging others to do it. I love that. And I hope that with this show, too, we can spark people to become active in wherever part of the world that they are and doing whatever. They may not decide to go somewhere and be naked and be covered in blood, but there's something that's unique to them. If they're a singer, if they're a writer, if there's something that some skill set that they have that they can utilize that and to speak out for injustice, to speak out against the bully on the block. If it's a little kid on the playground or if it's the gentleman who's residing in the White House, right?
The beauty of Artivism is that it involves all art forms. So you can be an artivist as a writer, filmmaker, singer,
painter.
Just the art you're doing is awesome. Just add a little message that makes a difference to the world and makes an impact and helps others. So art and activism combined is so powerful that really changes the world. And enough of violence, protests, screaming and being angry. That doesn't do anything. It just, it just fools. It fires up more the situation instead of just putting it out, right? So creative talents are so powerful because it gets straight to your heart, to your core, and people really get the message. And I encourage you all just to do anything you can just to make a better world than you are going to live one day. So my books, my art, I want future generations to appreciate it, to say, wow, she really did something about that, right?
Yes.
She stood up for what she believed. So, you know,
And
so they can do the same.
So they can say, maybe I can do that, or I can do something like that. Exactly. Jil Love, I want to thank you so much for being on today's show, and I want to encourage all of our listeners to check out the work that she does. Absolutely phenomenal. On Instagram, you can see a lot of the photos for some of the activist artivism that she has done in the past, but also if you subscribe to her or if you follow her, then you'll be updated to know what she's up to, and hopefully we can get that $10,000 person to help fund the book that is going to be coming out soon. I know it is. I can feel it. It's coming up. And you can also go and check her out on YouTube, and it's Jil Love Revolution, and that's one L, so it's JIL, the word love, revolution. And I want to thank you so much again, really, for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for giving me a platform to share my voice, my art, and just to you're keeping me motivated because I know you care. So
you motivate me. I motivate
there
you.
You go.
We motivate the listeners. This is a win-win-win.
Exactly.
Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
And I want to thank you, listeners, for tuning in today. Now, remember, if you love this show, if you got something out of it, if you want to share it, this is what you got to do. You want to share this program on your social media. You can share the YouTube video that will be made of this program. You can share any of the audio links of this as well. I will put up links to Jil Love Revolution to her channel. I will have that also in the description of this program. But really send this out to your family and friends so that we can spread the word on the work that she does and that we can motivate others to do the same. As always, I want to remind you to think outside of the box. Until next time, bye for now.